Child, what is going on over there in Houston? It sounds like y'all shouldn't be dying around there in Houston because, child, a funeral homes is doing some alleged fraud, identity theft, leaving bodies out for long periods of time, stabbing folks, and doing all kind of stuff around there in Houston. Child, transport them bodies. Let's get into it. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. All right, fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, let's get into it. All things are alleged, and in my opinion. All right, y'all. So we got to get into it. So we got two Houston funeral homes. I'm going to give you an update on one funeral home. And then there's another funeral home where we must talk about what is actually going on in the news. And that funeral home is going to be a community funeral home at Wheeler Avenue near Live Oak Street. Child, they licenses and stuff around there has been revoked. So let's get into it really quick. All right. So Houston, we are learning about a previous problems involving a funeral home in Houston's 3rd Ward, which is now the center of identity theft investigation being conducted by Houston Police. Now, Houston Police Department is currently investigating a community funeral home located on Wheeler Avenue after multiple families reported that their deceased loved ones have been victims of identity theft, according to a police spokesperson. Records now show that the license of a community funeral home has been revoked. The Texas Funeral Home Service Commission said that its entry date was the date that it expired was August the 31st of 2025. And it was effective rank date was 8/30 of 2022. Now, they are saying that they have served a search warrant at the funeral home and maybe they have found some things. So according to the investigation, several families who used the funeral homes reported that their loved ones' identities were stolen, including fraudulent use of cards and accounts. When financial crimes investigators looked into the complaints, they discovered the establishment was operating without a license, which led to the search warrant. Now, during the search, investigators did not find any other bodies at the location, but they did discover multiple cremated remains. Child, y'all weren't giving them people cremated remains? Now, according to documents obtained by KHOU 11, a community funeral home was ordered to pay $500 as a penalty. All right. And that was back in March of 2019. And documents show that they never did it. They had a hearing, an administrative hearing in October 2017, and nobody showed up. Child, they was just doing some fraudulent stuff. So what I'm going to do is place that article down in the description box below so that you guys can check it out, so that you guys can see what's going on here. 3rd Ward, and you see, according to this picture, they have a funeral special for $6,000. Very interesting, child. But they around there doing some fraudulent stuff and identity stuff, according to these articles and according to news reports, child. Woo-wee, child.
Tonight, we've learned a funeral home searched in connection to an identity theft investigation has been in trouble before, and it wasn't even supposed to be open. This is the community funeral home on Wheeler Avenue. Our Orko Manna has been looking into the history of the business, which had to pay a $500 fee a few years ago for not following the rules.
We're learning a community funeral home was ordered to pay the Texas Funeral Service Commission a $500 administrative penalty in March 2019. Documents from the State Office of Administrative Hearings show that in October 2017, a purchase agreement for a family using the funeral home was not signed by the funeral home director making the arrangements as it was supposed to be. Fast forward a few years, and court documents reveal that the funeral home owner was charged with forging a fraudulent lien agreement in August of this year. According to the complaint, the signature was allegedly forged in order to do construction on the property and to avoid eviction. Police arrested the owner in early November, and their next court date for the misdemeanor forgery charge is in January. It also turns out the funeral home is unlicensed. Texas Funeral Service Commission records show that its license was revoked. That leads us to the most recent allegations. Houston police say several families who used the funeral home reported to police that their deceased loved ones had their identity stolen, including for their credit cards and financial accounts.
Investigators believe that someone at the funeral home is involved in that. So they served a search warrant there to obtain evidence. When they served the search warrant, they collected financial records and computers and that kind of stuff.
The community shocked.
It's pretty disgusting to think that somebody would stoop so low to steal the identity of someone that's passed away. You know, let them rest in peace.
HPD says when they executed the search warrant, a funeral service was going on. Investigators also found about 12 boxes of cremated remains that are in the process of being returned to loved ones.
We're just looking to get a response from you regarding the financial crimes and identity theft allegations.
I tried calling the funeral home owner multiple times and also contacted their attorney of record, but I'm still waiting to hear back. HPD says the owner was briefly detained, but then released pending further investigation. As of right now, no charges have been filed.
It could take a while to investigate exactly who was responsible for the identity theft.
Houston police say they're also working with the Texas Funeral Service Commission on their current investigation. Reporting from 3rd Ward, Orco Manna, KHOU 11.
All right, so y'all see it's going down around there at the funeral homes now, child. So let me give you guys an update on Richardson Mortuary, all right? I don't know if you guys remember what happened down to Richardson Mortuary, but folk got stabbed. It was just a lot of stuff that was going on around yonder. A man had went down there to figure out what was going on with his mom and in her burial and her services and stuff like that. And they went in there. There was no AC. There was bodies laying all over the place. I don't know if y'all remember the Facebook Live, but it was a Facebook Live that showed us all of what happened. All right. Now they came out and said that the owner of the funeral home was sick. And one of the questions that was asked was, is the owner of the funeral home was sick, then why he ain't shutting down, the funeral home and still accepting bodies? Well, according to them, they said that they had staff. Well, allegedly the staff wasn't operating in a very great way, and we had some issues. Now, a altercation took place when the guy and his sister went down there to go see what was going on with their mother's body. Noticing that she didn't look like, herself and all of that. It was just a lot that was going on. So guess what? I'm going to take you down memory lane real quick, and I want y'all to check out this video. Now, this is my very own video, all right? But I want y'all to check out this video, and then I'll be back.
Bro, they just got people in these caskets in this building being worked on. Doors wide open. Bro, if y'all got people, check on them. Door wide open, bro. They doing construction on this building. It's over here on Fuquay. Just kind of Richardson Memorial. So if y'all got people, man, at this memorial home services, bro, y'all better check on them, man. People not doing what they supposed to do with y'all family members. These people. If y'all got family up here, bro, come check on them. Come check on y'all people, man. Bro, they got my mom in this building while it's being worked on. Doors wide open, bro. Hiding there. Come check on y'all people, man. We gotta come get y'all people out of there, because I don't know how much longer this building gonna be up.
All right, now what we are about to watch now is a brief interview in which the young man who got stabbed, he actually did an interview, and this is some of what he said in the interview, which is, kind of what we've been saying, but I think it's important hearing it come from them. Also, it is interesting that they did file a lawsuit against the funeral home and the funeral director as well, Mr. Richardson himself, which again, I don't understand why he was ever accepting bodies. He didn't need to, but check this out.
A search for peace that uncovered troubling findings.
It's not enough. We want justice.
A daughter checking on her mother's body at Richardson Mortuary made a shocking discovery. Tamara Magruder Crooks and her brother, Devon Magruder, say they found bodies left out in disturbing conditions. Devon started recording video. Then, an employee allegedly stabbed him inside the mortuary. That employee now faces a felony charge.
My main artery was hit in my intestines.
He underwent 8 hours of surgery and is still recovering, forced to miss his own mother's funeral the very next day.
That's one of the most hurtful parts about it.
We just starting the process of grieving.
It's been more than 2 months, and they now feel one step closer to getting the justice they've been seeking. Their attorneys filed this lawsuit against Richardson Mortuary and the owners.
We have the abuse of their mom and of other folks at this funeral home. Abuse of a corpse is what it's called. And then we have what happened to Devon, where he almost lost his life. In a lot of ways protecting his sister, who was trying to expose what was going on.
Tamara and Devon's discovery set off a chain of events exposing more than just grief, leading to the state investigating and shutting down the mortuary over alleged fraudulent, unprofessional, or deceptive conduct.
How are you feeling now?
I'm so angry, that we have to go through that and all the other families.
They tell me this was never their intention. They just wanted to bury their mom with dignity. But they're glad they were able to shed a light on the issues they saw.
The world is kind of small around you, so I was hoping that they would catch it so they can come check on their loved ones.
Still left with many questions. Their attorneys tell me they're hoping to get answers for.
The lawsuit allows a process for us to get more information.
Despite everything these two have been through, they're finding strength in their support system.
I'm relieved to have the help that I have and the love that I have from the ones around me.
So now that we know what all took place, now we have an update, and it looks like unfortunately, that man that owns that, he's a funeral home, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He also faces charges of abuse of a corpse. I believe, abuse of a corpse and some other things. I want y'all to check out this news clipping as well, because I found this all interesting. Take a look.
First tonight, a mortuary owner facing 3 counts of abuse of corpse appears in court.
Michael Richardson is accused of leaving at least a dozen bodies in unsanitary, unrefrigerated conditions at his business on Houston's South Side.
Stephen Goen live downtown with new developments on this case. Stephen.
Yeah, sure, man. The mortuary's owner in criminal court today, facing those charges, as you mentioned, all felonies. His business already ordered to be shut down by the state. Now he could face potential prison time if convicted.
Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Richardson?
72-year-old Michael Richardson facing a judge for the first time Wednesday as prosecutors laid out their case against him.
This is what they think they can prove.
Richardson and his ex-wife Gail Bell charged as co-defendants. Court records show they're accused of improperly storing several bodies and at least 70 cremated remains inside their Southwest Houston mortuary, the building damaged during Hurricane Beryl. But Richardson's attorney says he's not at fault.
He's been in the hospital since December. The date this incident occurred, he almost passed. So he's dealing with his health condition, and at the time this happened, he was not in the day-to-day control over the mortuary.
According to court records, Richardson's co-defendant told investigators she wasn't allowed in the building because it was under construction.
We were the one who actually tipped 911 and reached out.
The evidence in this case, first brought to light in April, siblings DonDon and Tamara Magruder captured that video from inside the mortuary when checking on their mother, Sarah Ann's body. DonDon reportedly stabbed by a funeral employee in the process.
It's hard to lose your mom. It's hard to see somebody in a casket that doesn't look like your mom. And it's hard to not remember her face because of the way they treated her and the way that I found her.
The Magruders have already filed a civil lawsuit in the case. Now they say they want the justice system to bring closure to every family impacted.
We all need justice, not just for me, for everyone.
Now we know Richardson's bond was set at $7,500. He's expected back in court in December. Meanwhile, his business partner and ex-wife, she has a warrant out for her arrest currently. We're live at Harris County Criminal Court. Stephen Goen, KHOU, 11 News.
Really disturbing details. Stephen Goen, thank you.
You know, I just think all of this is crazy. To be running a funeral home when you know you don't have no business running a funeral home, I think is diabolical work. And to be honest with y'all, whatever happens to him, happens to him. Whatever happens to these people, happens to these people, because these are folks' loved ones. And I just think that's the ultimate disgusting thing to do. Just my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys feel down in the comment section below. I hope that you all also check out the other videos that I have done on this, just in case you need further detail. I have done several videos on this, at least the Richardson mortuary story. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Drop down in the comment section, hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.